And I'll admit all the participants now.
Good morning. Today is day 52 of the Cheon Vigil prayer, and let us offer greetings to our heavenly parents and our true parents. Let us face true parents. 천지 장부모님께 경배. 바로. Let us recite 가정연세. 3. 초연일극 주인, 우리 가정은 참사랑을 침싱하고 4대 심정왕과 3대 왕왕과 만족을 왕성할 것을 맹세하나이다. Number 3. Our family, the owner of Cheon, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love. Thank you. May I ask Mrs. Carol Pobans to offer our greeting prayer this morning?
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Please join me in prayer. Our loving Heavenly Parent and Father, Mother God, we have such a deep longing in our hearts to embrace you this morning, and a longing in our hearts to embrace one another. We know that the world that you have in mind, our Heavenly Parent, is one where we are connected with one another, that all of humanity is connected with one another. And therefore, we're so grateful to be able to join together this morning and to read the words of our true mother, to consider the example and the guidance of our true parents, to help us understand how to become those people, to live out our potential as your children. Our Heavenly Parent, as we join together today, please open our hearts and minds, guide us in the way that each one of us personally needs to be guided, so that we may come closer to your original ideal. It's with grateful hearts we join together. Please guide us and be with each one as we traverse this mortal coil. We offer this time up to you in gratitude and with our deepest love. I pray these things upholding the name of our true parents. In my name, Carol Povance, is a blessed family. Adieu.
Adieu. Thank you so much, Mrs. Povance. And now let us segue into stretching and strengthening to begin our morning. Cue the music, Yasu. Oh, any on the playlist is fine. We have a Spotify playlist called Morning Stretching. There's like 8 songs. If you guys ever want it, we can share with you, okay? All right. And the pictures of a Cheon, so you would feel connected there. All right, let us begin by taking a good inhale, exhale. Oh, by the way, we don't hear the music, so if it's playing, I do not hear it. Okay, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, God could also say, if you can't hear the music, then, maybe you're meant to hear the birds and the sun rising. I don't know if you can hear the sun rising, but okay, to the side. Thank you. Yep, it's on. To the left. Awesome. Make sure you're breathing out whenever you stretch. And breathing in as well. Okay, turn your body to the side. To the side again. And then your neck. Twist them. Or turn them, make them turn. Make sure you're not going too hard with their neck. Yeah, just lightly, yeah. Yay. Now shake your wrists. And as you're doing that, shake your ankles too. If you can't shake them at the same time, you can twist them. You can turn your wrists and then turn your ankles as well. Okay. And Shogo, as a standing stretching, do you have anything? I'll follow what Shogo's gonna do, okay, guys? Because I know their screen is okay. You have a standing one? Oh, okay.
The hamstring.
Oh, the hamstrings. Okay, the hamstrings. Put your foot forward. Put your right foot forward, left foot back, and then you're gonna stretch your hamstrings. You're gonna go forward. Okay, you're gonna bend over and stretch your hamstrings. And then switch to the left. If you're sitting, you can just extend your leg forward and bend forward. I think that might do the trick too. Okay. And then get some final rotations in for your shoulder. That was awesome. Thank you, Shogo. All right, and stretch your arms. Okay. Final shakes in, and let's bring ourselves back. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right, and let us now go into breakout rooms and share with one another our gratitudes. See you guys back in a moment.
Okay. Oh, breakout. Breakout. Where's Arena? Oh.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sharing with one another. This morning, I would like to invite up Mr. Takashi Saito for his gratitude. Saito-san, are you able to mute? To Takashi Saito.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, just I told to break room. So I'm now struggling because of we got the direction from a new witnessing method to something from Kodan report said, find out new way, new method, somehow new to break more great result. So yesterday and the day before yesterday, I went to park to do witness to find out new people. But I trying to approach new method. So, and then to break out more great result. I have two contact, but now education is struggling. And so that from my struggling is from fast approach to more deeper and more clear, and I think I trying to more great result. Yeah, but through struggling and trying challenge make me more refresh, make younger. That the mother's word challenge make you younger and give you useful. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful reminder for us. Struggling is good. Let us be grateful for our challenges. And next, I would like to call on Noriko and Steve Sprague to share gratitudes. Noriko-san and Mr. Steve.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
You had to cheer that.
yeah. Well, me and Saito worked together for a while, so maybe I agree with his struggling, but I have many people. It's how to make people become understand divine principle. I have 3 or 4 people from work that I'm witnessing to actively. Somebody's coming in next Saturday for dinner with his new wife. They want to get blessed in our church, so I'm working on that. And then on one guy that I've been witnessing to for 3 years, I bought a car from him at the dealership, and I made connection with him, and I've been, witnessing for 3 years. He called me when I was away, said, "Bro, where you at, man? I need your consultation." So I said, "Okay." So he's coming over this week also. Another guy from work called me back. We blessed him. He called me back, but it's getting them to come to church. another guy I met at the golf course. I called his wife yesterday, reminded her to come to church. Try to, you know, just how to get people that we have to contact our neighbors. I've been over there with the neighbors, talking to them this week. We invited them to be the parents of the year, but they couldn't do it this year. So it's actually getting people to not just be friends, not just be mildly interested, but actually come to church and participate, throw your money in the bucket, study divine principle, and hopefully change your lives. And then there's almost not enough time to talk to people. There's actually so many people to talk to, but I pray to God will find one guy that, you know, is easy, like the old days, kind of easy, just shows up and joins the church. Find one of those guys.
Yeah, he's really a man of the action, right? I think that's gonna it's very important, yes. But anyway, I appreciate this time of the kind of searching and also to connect with you know, with God through the Cheon. I'm going to 7 days workshop next week, and as True Mother said, you have to hear the God's words. So this is I think the point. I want to hear God's voice, and I see so much testimony. You know, it's you know, of course, the foundation of 800 day, like in the Korean, in the church in the Cheon or the Johnson. So, and definitely we need to have such a Johnson of prayer, and so should be really new day. It's a really time for the harvesting time, and but yeah, appreciate that my husband is the man of action. Sometimes, okay, you can go play, I gonna act, something like that.
Yeah. You know, Father said, you want to experience God, go out and get the wind blow in your face. Then you experience God. Just go out and, you know, just get rejected. If you're not being abused, if you're not being rejected by people, you're not trying hard enough. That's all that's.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Oh, thank you. Today's gratitude center on witnessing. I love it. Awesome, wonderful. Thank you so much, Spray Couple. And I know usually, well, anyways, I just want to call on another family. They had a beautiful, actually, the family hosted a beautiful matching ceremony, commitment ceremony yesterday. So, you know, the end goal of witnessing, guys, is to get them all blessed, right? So let's hear some gratitudes from this young couple. I would like to call on Josh LaRue and Hannah Lalonde. You guys can unmute yourselves.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Yes, we're very, very grateful this morning. Yeah, just yesterday we had like a whole full house here celebrating our day. But yes, I'm just very grateful that we had so much support and so much love yesterday, filled with yeah, just so much gratitude that everyone took the time to come. A lot of his friends flew or drove. Yeah, some drove like 10 hours just to be here. And so I just feel that yeah, our two families are just really grateful to come together and really just unite on a special day and just really represent God and your parents. So I'm just very grateful. Yeah.
And just grateful to be here, Canada, family. Yeah, just having the support of our friends, community around us. I think it was a beautiful day where we just make our commitments in front of each other and of God. Yeah, just celebrate, have a lot of fun, just a lot of joy and laughter and all the things that we did afterwards as well. So yeah, just the whole day was a really great day. And once remembered. So really grateful for that.
Thank you. Good morning. That's so great. Wasn't that great, guys? Sorry to call you guys so early in the morning, but I saw that you guys are joining. I was like, wait, do I see some familiar faces on screen? I realized you guys had the equipment ceremony yesterday. So congratulations on behalf of everyone here on the screen and everyone who joins and watches on YouTube later or currently. I'm sure you guys are wishing them a big congratulations. So with that, let us take in Mother's words this morning with our gratitudes, with congratulations, with determination, and let us, Mother of Peace.
Welcome to Mother of Peace, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. A memoir by Hak Jahan Moon, a production of the Washington Times Global Media Group, narrated by Alison Hiroto. Evil is acting for selfish gain, whereas goodness is to serve others and let go of the memory of having done so. When we give and forget, true love flourishes. We do not run out of love by giving it away. Quite the opposite. True love is a spring that flows in ever greater abundance. When walking the path of love, even when you give something precious, you feel that you did not give enough. Living with true love does not make one prideful. If anything, one feels sorry for not being able to give something even better. True love moves on a circular path. Where it starts or ends, no one knows. Love within limits is not true love. True love is always new, yet is unchanging. Circumstances and environments change, but true love remains. It does not grow old or stale. It is ever fresh in spring and summer, in autumn and winter, in your youth, your adulthood, and your old age. True love is the power that unites a man and a woman eternally. When you love each other completely, your beloved lives within you, and you live within your beloved. True love is the only thing people really are seeking. It transforms every sadness and pain into joy. The fallen world programs us to think that when we give something away, it is gone. In true love, however, the more we give, the more we receive. When our mindset changes from wishing to receive love to wishing to give love, the world of peace will be at hand. Becoming the light of the world through a filial heart for heaven. From time to time, I ascend Mount Balwang in Pyeongchon, Gangwon-do. At the foot of that nearly 1,500-meter mountain is the well-known Yongpyong Resort, a property that our members have developed. It is one of the locations where the popular Korean drama Winter Sonata was filmed. At the top of that mountain is a rare tree. I named it the Mother and Child Tree. It is actually two trees of different species that have grown together and become one. A Chinese crabapple tree that is hundreds of years old is the mother, and a rowan tree that has grown up within it is the child. This mother and child tree has flourished like that. They depend on each other and thrive together. Perhaps when the crabapple tree became old and hollow, a bird dropped a rowan tree seed inside it, and a new tree grew there. The crabapple tree embraced and nurtured the rowan tree as if it were its child. Over time, the rowan tree's roots grew deep until it could support the crabapple tree as if it were taking care of its mother. In the same space, the two trees each blossom and bear fruit. They are only trees, but they are an example of filial piety. They exhibit what I call hyojong, the beautiful love, care, and deep heart of parent and child. Most Koreans, when they first encounter the term hyojong, tilt their head in puzzlement. It might seem like a familiar concept, but it is not easy to define. they wonder, does it refer to a feeling in one's heart, or does it refer to actual practice? The Korean word hyo also means to be effective, so some even think that is the meaning. The term hyojung, which I created, includes giving one's whole heart, and so being effective is not entirely wrong. However, the term hyojung that I have been using has a much deeper and wider meaning. Hyo is a term that once was prevalent in the Far East. If we had to translate it into English, we might render it filial duty. However, the word duty is not enough. Hyo means duty motivated by love, duty that is not compulsory, but is happily voluntary, and that provides one's life its deepest meaning. Of course, that includes sincerely honoring and truly loving your parents. Hyo is a beautiful Korean tradition and also is the foundation of life. It is sad to see that the concept of hyo is slowly disappearing in society. When I hear the word hyojong, I think of my oldest son, Hyojin, and my second son, Hungjin, who hold special places in my heart. Both have passed into the spirit world. Hungjin passed on first. Despite being a teenager, he courageously stood on the front line to protect his father. Hungjin would always declare, "I will protect father." At the end of 1983, at the peak of the Cold War, my husband and I were speaking at large victory over communism rallies in South Korea. We knew that communist sympathizers were determined to stop us. The final rally was in Gwangju, the heart of the leftist movement in South Korea. When my husband was about to go on stage to give his speech, I noticed that his tie pin had disappeared. What happened to it? I thought, feeling puzzled. Where did it go? A few moments later, while my husband was on stage giving his speech on the other side of the Pacific Ocean in upstate New York, Hungjin was involved in a car accident. Hungjin was driving on a 2-lane road when a tractor trailer coming the other way hit black ice and slid into his lane. He veered the car to the right but could not avoid a head-on collision. He swerved in such a way that he took the direct hit on the driver's side, saving the life of his friend sitting in the front passenger seat. We found out later that there had been agents trying to kill my husband in Korea that day. They had entered the auditorium in Gwangju and tried to reach the stage, but they could not get through the packed crowd and so could not carry out their plan. Satan was targeting the father, but when that evil plan was thwarted, Satan took the son as a sacrificial offering. By sacrificing himself in his father's stead, Hungjin kept the promise he had made. I will protect father. When Hungjin was born, he didn't open his eyes for 3 days, and I felt so worried about him. At the end of his short life, he passed away as a son of the greatest filial devotion to his parents. This deep filial piety is engraved in the hearts of our members. Our eldest son, Hyojin, loved music. It is not an overstatement to say that Hyojin's influence is a major reason that many young people in the unification movement today are pursuing music. Being the older brother he would always say, "I am the filial son." His heart often seemed sad when he looked at me because I didn't have as easy a life as some of his friends' mothers had. He used to comfort me by saying in a loud voice, "Mom, when I grow up, I will do everything for you." In the early 1970s, after moving our family to America, we saw that many Americans did not respect Asian people. During that time, my husband and I ignored that attitude, but it truly hurt Hyojin's heart. There were people who laughed at us, as well as people who sympathized with us. Hyojin saw all of this. He knew that communists threatened his father, and even though he was only 12 years old, he would take off his jacket and say, "I will fight those people to protect my father." He gradually came to realize that it takes a lot of time before nations accept new teachings. He would think over and over again, isn't there a way to gather everyone, as if in a whirlwind, and convey the message to them all at once? Then one day, he slapped his knee emphatically and cried, "This is it!" He had found his answer. Rock music. He decided to move young people's hearts and guide them to the divine principle through music. Along with leading our collegiate activities opposing communism, he created a youth music culture in our church, including a professional recording studio at New York's Manhattan Center. At one point, he made a religious commitment to compose and record 10,000 songs in 3 years. No one can write and record with a band 10 songs in one day, but he did so every day for 3 years. Hyojin forgot about himself and focused on composing songs day and night. He believed that this expressed the heart of filial piety that made his parents happy. And he believed it was his mission to do this for the sake of the world. Among his many songs, people love Let It Blow the most, with its lyrics, "I must find the person that God wants me to be. My heart is beating like the sound of a train running for your sake." More and more people were moved by Hyojin's songs, and the number of members grew. Satan was seething. Hyojin immersed himself day and night in writing songs, guiding his musicians, recording and performing, as well as speaking to the members at Belvedere at 6 in the morning each Sunday. He held a concert in 2007 at the Seoul Olympic Stadium, and then did a concert tour in Japan. These were his last performances. In 2008, he passed away suddenly due to severe fatigue accumulated through performances and endless songwriting. Hyojin's music was explosive. Through it, he expressed his passionate filial devotion. Yes, his Hyojong, for his mother and father. To inherit Hyojin's spirit, every autumn, in conjunction with the cosmic Seonghwa festival to commemorate Father Moon, we hold a Hyojong festival to pay tribute to Hyojin. Our members are always grateful for his heart to guide people to God through music and media.
Thank you for listening to Godable. Visit motherofpeacebook.com to purchase the complete audiobook. Godable is made possible by listeners like you. To donate, visit godable.org. Thank you.
감사합니다. Connection Mother. And I would like to invite up Pastor Barbara for her reflection.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, thank you for this beautiful reading, Mother. Yeah, so some of the things that stuck out for me this morning. We do not run out of love by giving it away. So and then she says that the fallen world programs us to think that when we give something away, it is gone. And I think that we all have a little bit of, I still have a little bit of that in us. Actually, I've been trying this little experiment between me and God. Like, I just kind of like go with my intuition. Like, maybe I'm supposed to go down that hall just, because maybe God has someone for me to meet. And so many times I run into someone, like yesterday gave this cute little couple directions. They were totally lost. And then you do this little thing. It's just this tiny little thing, but actually you feel so much more energy. But actually so many times we, later she says, true love is the more we give, the more we receive. And that world peace is changing our mindset from wishing to receive to wishing to give love. But actually, even when I'm giving love, so many times I'm actually giving love to receive love, or I'm more focused on the love I receive than on the love I give. And even though, of course, I know the principle and everything, I think, wow, the shift is like, there's this fear in that shift. Like if I really shift to giving love, will I get enough love? And but in reality, when you give, you get so much inspiration and energy and joy just from the giving, or just from the reaction to the person that receives. You just think of this strange little couple, they're just driving the wrong way, and you say, "Are you lost?" And you can point them in the right way, and they're just kind of like just those little moments. Sometimes the moments are big, but sometimes the moments are just little moments. Yeah, I mean, true love is the only thing people are seeking. It's another point. So if true love is the only thing people are ever seeking, that means that even when someone is acting in an unkind way or a selfish way, or someone is doing something hurtful or sinful, it's because they're seeking love. They're seeking true love. And this really, moved my heart, actually. If you think about the fact that we get so angry at people, but if we understood that that person is seeking true love, then our heart of compassion just opens up, right? And that in reality, like, what people need to change is not being shunned by us, or being scolded by us, or being told that they're a miserable human being. But what people need is our love, of course, with boundaries. You don't just let people walk over you, but with, like, even if you're scolding someone, saying, "Oh, don't go do drugs, I love you." I mean, with a heart of love, it's a totally different thing. Anyway, this passage that Mother says, true love is the only thing people are seeking. It really just, it just really resonates with me, like, to remember that even when your child is saying, "I don't want to do the dishes," or, you're, or whatever it is, to remember that everyone's looking for love. And then, the fallen world programs us to think that when we give something away, it is gone. Yeah. So again, just to really think that we want to change from seeking to receive to seeking to give. And I didn't do my little timer. And then the last thing, about the mother, I was really moved by this tree. I tried to find a picture of this mother and child tree. It's really very deep, to think that sometimes nature is like teaching us this really deep lesson about how we can grow together and become one, and even though we're different and we have different needs at different times, at first the one tree needed the other tree, and then the other tree needed that tree. It's like give and receive action, or ODU. It's very deep to see nature reflecting the principle. I always get really inspired by those kind of examples. And mother made up this word, right? She made up the word hyojang. Father made up words, right? He made up words like artistic and, aju. I mean, I think aju actually means very in Korean, but, he said it means I walk with God. So, okay, cool. I walk with God, aju, So mother makes up this word hyojang. And, she says, this is my word, giving one's whole heart. It's like filial duty, but not motivated by it's not compulsory. It's motivated by love, and it's happily volunteered. And I thought that's such a beautiful word. And if we could do everything happily and not compulsory. We can just have that volunteer heart. Wow, how we would change the energy in our own families if we, if we didn't feel like I have to do the dishes or I have to make dinner or I have to go to work, but I found, I just happy to serve. And the mother brings up this thing about the tie pin. And it, Reverend Dunkley said, mother never says anything by accident. So she says the day that Hungjanim died, the tie pin was missing. And it's so interesting because the day that my first child was born, the candles, the birth candles went missing. And we were scrambling around looking for these birth candles. But but my father died. So it's so interesting. Like my father died the day my son was, had his 8 days dedication. And so, I don't know if it's related, but it's just this tie pin missing. It's like some cosmic thing. And just finally, just that Hyojinans really love music, and it's so true if you think about how can you reach everyone at once. Really, music is really is that way. And I feel like perhaps Hyojin paid so much indemnity with his suffering life, so that our beautiful second and third gen could just really participate in music without having to go through such a suffering course. Thank you for letting me share this morning.
Thank you so much. I always look forward to hearing your reflections, Pastor Barbara. Intuitive and very concise and hits all the major points. Thank you so much. And now let us go off into breakout rooms to be able to share these in-depth points. Thank you so much. See you back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. And for today's reflection, representative sharing, I would like to call Mr. Kurahara, Mr. Don Kurahara, for your reflection. Thank you. We can
Hi, good morning. Yes, what I share is about Hyojin Nim's speech. Father's mother's memoir mentioned about Hyojin Nim spoke every Sunday at Beverly. And at that time, I was very lucky. I was living in New Jersey. So after plate service, I drove, and always I was there, 6 o'clock, Hyojin Nim spoke. Not so many audience, but always regulars are there. And he spoke about 45 minutes, something like that. It's short speech. And he started with very small voices. I hardly listen what he's talking about it. Then gradually he started to talk many things, very honestly, very candidly, all kind of things, his feeling and his everything about the church, about the leadership, and also his own experience of hunting trip to Alaska was very funny about it, and also many things. But toward the end, he expressed his heart. You guys have to really love your parents. You really pushing. You know, it's kind of hard to come out. He's not a good speaker, but his heart is come out so honestly. And we have to love true parents. He's shouting, he's crying, and that is always he ends. And I really understand the heart of true children, and also heart of Hyojin's filial pious heart. So that was my takeaway. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you everyone for reflecting and being able to discuss with you in breakout rooms, or just you and God. But as for announcements, I would like to just mention, feel free to invite someone to the prayer visual. It's beautiful how we're able to offer devotion and share reflection and be able to reflect on Mother's words. And two, the live recordings are available on the New Jersey Family YouTube channel, so check that out there as well. And if you're curious about which reading we did today in terms of the Mother of Peace on Audible, it's 52 or reading 52. So you can share the link if you like to as well, if anything stood out specifically you want to share with someone. Okay. And in terms of, I guess, yes, that is it. So we're going to our prayer. And so the first half, will be done by Representative Cheon representative, followed by our unison prayer. And when it gets muted, feel free to gradually to continue praying. We mute so that you don't have to abruptly end when I say aju or when it's muted. So feel free to keep to continue offering devotion after you're muted when the time comes. Awesome. So with that, I would like to invite up Pastor Takino.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Okay, from Cheon, New Jersey. I like to ask the Shogo to pray today.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in prayer. Our dearest, our most beloved Heavenly Parent, our precious, victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Good morning. And thank you so much. We love you, Heavenly Parent. That just want to pray together this morning, Heavenly Parent. Really, here in the Cheon Shim, Heavenly Parent, offering devotion, Heavenly Parent, really offering gratitude, Heavenly Parent. Really, we just heard stories about Heavenly Parent, so many incredible examples of Hyojang, Heavenly Parent, that how long throughout history, Heavenly Parent, have you been waiting, Heavenly Parent, for children of filial heart, Heavenly Parent, people who follow you not because they'll get some kind of reward or because they feel like they need to or they're afraid of you, Heavenly Parent. But people who love you and want to, Heavenly Parent. People who can't help it. People who even disobey you and Heavenly Parent, go the path that you ask them not. Heavenly Parent, you say it's too difficult. You don't need to make that sacrifice. But true parents and Jesus stepped up and said, no, we will go that way anyways.
Yes, sir.
Heavenly Parent, they move without anyone telling them to, Heavenly Parent. They're the true owners of the heart of Hyojang, Heavenly Parent. And I ask that we can be able to understand how deep their heart runs, how deep their love for you, and Heavenly Parent, how deep their heart for each of us goes. Heavenly Parent, we want to be able to have that same heart reflect back to them the love that they're giving to us, Heavenly Parent. They've been offering their own Hyojang towards us, Heavenly Parent, even though we're not worthy in so many ways. We don't have the quality of love, Heavenly Parent. We haven't given enough love to true parents, but they still poured into us.
Yes.
Heavenly Parent, even our older brothers, Heavenly Parent, Cheon and Hungjin, Heavenly Parent, they set the example, the standard of filial piety, Heavenly Parent, showing us, Heavenly Parent, that true parents weren't able to give love to them because they were so busy investing into us as members, Heavenly Parent, that we were asking them, Father, Mother, please come here, please come here. But Heavenly Parent, they weren't able to take care of their children yet. Despite that, despite not receiving the love of their parents, children of overcame the resentment inside of their heart. Heavenly Parent, the lack of love inside of their heart. They sacrificed that, and Heavenly Parent, they determined, I will still die for true parents. I will live for true parents. When we see that example of Heavenly Parent, self-sacrifice and determination, we want to be able to unite with their hearts and Heavenly Parent, determine that I will walk the same path as them.
Yes.
Heavenly Parent, mothers in Korea, and Heavenly Parent, we want to determine, Mother, don't worry. You don't have to come here to America. Please stay in Korea. Take care of your health. Take care of the true grandchildren.
Yes.
Heavenly Parent, we will take responsibility and we will step up.
Yes.
Mother doesn't need to give us love anymore. We will give back to her. That is her determination and pledge. Mother's been asking us to witness, and we don't go because she's asking us, but because we want to. We want to comfort her. And that's what eliminates the pain and worry inside of her heart. We want to take away her burdens and take responsibility for the providence of Heavenly Parent. So, Heavenly Parent, we're so sorry and repentful that we weren't able to do this up until now, but Heavenly Parent, as Reverend Dunkley's reuniting America, reinvigorating America, giving us rebirth and another chance. We want to be able to unite with him and step forward, Heavenly Parent. Step into this new 6-month period with witnessing hearts and Heavenly Parent, joy and eagerness to serve.
Yes.
Heavenly Parent, thank you so much. I want to really ask that you can be with us today, Heavenly Parent. We don't want to ask you for things, but Heavenly Parent, really say, we want to serve you today, Heavenly Parent. We want to bring you joy and make you proud. Heavenly Parent, I want to pray this in my name, Shogun Akasan, and I part of a blessed central couple, and all our names gathered here. Aju.
Thank you. And let us now going to witness some prayer, and feel free to unmute yourselves so we can offer devotion together. 시작.
Heavenly Parent, we thank you for this
parents and our church parents.
day this morning with all these precious brothers and sisters. We thank you for our true mother's words. We thank you for, Mother says about world peace, that world peace really happens when we switch from wanting to receive to wanting to give. How simple it is and how it is, but also how difficult it is to really just believe that everything will be gone. Our own giving that we become burdened down and unhappy, and just that you help us out of help us to break out of
my way. Mother also
Actually, as Hyojin such mother that has your back. Just everything you appreciate and really you and all the our ability to really anymore, mother.
I've seen the changes in this.
We don't want you to go without being able to share everything. Daughter and on the earth really had the son daughter his own and really can be you mother how you
New Year,
you're doing.
And yes, for those of you who are still praying, please continue to offer prayer. Don't worry, you don't have to cut it off here. And with that, we would like to conclude today's prayer visual and Hindokate session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And I hope you guys have a beautiful Sunday. And I hope when you see each other, you can greet one another. Appreciate the land. It is day 3 of creation. So appreciate the dry lands and appreciate one another and our Heavenly Parents. Happy Sunday. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Hey,
Happy
have a good day.
Sunday.
Don Kohara. Thank you, Don Kohara. Thank you, Don.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much for your sharing today.
Sunday.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you,
God bless.